Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
It's all happening.
Hey, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Welcome to, what's it called?
Trying to be better. With
Trying
Joel
to be
and
better
Steve.
with
That's-
Joel and Steve. I'm Joel.
I'm Steve.
We're trying to be better. Ooh. Today's podcast is brought to you by Trader Joe's Sparkling Raspberry Lime Sparkling Water.
Oh, how is it?
This is really good.
Okay.
This is up there.
I was just in Trader Joe's for the first time in quite a while this weekend with my mom.
I just horked down 2 dark chocolate peanut butter cups and I'm sucking back a...
Dude, I specifically went to Trader Joe's to get the peppermint JoJo's and they were out. They were done.
Yeah. Dude, the early bird gets the worm with those.
I guess, man.
But Whole Foods has some that are just as good, dare I say.
Yeah, but I don't go to Whole Foods.
We fucked around with some Whole Foods down in Florida and they were good.
Mm-hmm. So, dude, like the last time we talked, you were getting ready to go to Florida like the next day. And now you are back from Florida one day. So like you've been in Florida basically this whole time.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I've heard a lot of negative things about Florida. Okay.
Sure. Well, their governor covers a lot. And
overall, I think my TikTok algorithm noticed that I was in Florida. And the first TikTok I watched when I got down there was this woman staring at the camera saying, "Don't come to Florida. It's a COVID nightmare. Everything sucks." Right. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Right. But, well, not whatever. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I'm already there.
Here. Right. Yeah.
We played it really safe besides the flying, which, that's the only place in the world, airports and airplanes where it's federally mandated to wear a fucking mask. So, wow. But I was not mad at Tampa, Florida and the Tampa Bay area. No.
That's one place in Florida that I actually haven't been. I've never been to Miami and I've never been to Tampa, but other than that, I've been pretty much, covered that a little bit.
I was like, I get it. I get why people fucking retire down here.
Yeah. Very nice. In the winter.
In the winter. Yes. It was. So that's the time to go. Cause it was like 80 degrees every day.
Yeah.
We got an Airbnb, which was lovely. Besides the ginormous cockroach that apparently are just normal down there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Skinny D from Always Chillin' commented on a post I made about it. He's like, yeah, those things don't die either. Like they're made out of armor. I'm like, God, don't tell me that.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Come on. But the Airbnb was great, but I also used the Turo app, which is basically Airbnb, but for cars.
Yeah. Because
the rental car situation it's expensive as shit.
Oh yeah.
So
is that how you get that fly little Beamer?
So yeah, we rented. It was actually a Mazda MX-5.
Oh, it was a Mazda. I thought it was one of the BMW Z4s.
No. It was a Mazda, a 2016 Miata, essentially.
Nice. All right.
It was delightful.
It looked delightful.
It was a lot of fun. Convertible, little 2-seater roadster. I'm glad that I messaged the Turo owner because I was like, can you give me the dimensions of that trunk? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to tell Kirsten to pare down what we normally pack.
Right.
And that was a smart choice because you could fit a bag in there.
Oh,
But it was, man,
so how did that work? You got to the airport and then you Ubered to the Turo?
Nope. They had it at short-term parking for us.
Really?
I think we paid a little extra for them to do that. Otherwise it would have been cheaper. But yeah, they said, oh, it's in, row, whatever, stall, whatever, short-term parking, keys are in the console.
So how did you get into it? It was just unlocked.
Yeah. They were very, very, well, I sent her the flight information. So she knew exactly when we were getting in.
Yeah.
So she dropped it off within the hour with very close to when and we had to do that when we dropped it off, just short-term parking. Cause you get like a free hour. So
yeah,
I didn't have to pay to get out of there.
Huh.
And it was just waiting at the airport for us.
That's kind of amazing.
And I reserved my opinion of the whole Turo experience until the rating and everything was done. Wonderful. I rented that 2-seater convertible roadster for cheaper than it would have been to rent like a Nissan Versa for the week. from like budget or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I could have gotten even cheaper. I could have rented like an economy car for half the price we paid, but I'm screw it.
You could have rented a Nissan Versa from Turo.
Yeah, and it would have been super cheap. But like, so driving.
Speaking of, we love Turo here at the Trying to Be Better podcast.
Yeah. Today's podcast is brought to you by Turo, the app Turo. Car rentals for
5 stars.
5 stars, baby. Yeah. And so like I was telling Kirsten, it was like we were just, even driving, like we got stuck in traffic on one of our little excursions and top down 80 degrees.
It was fine.
Music blaring. I'm
great.
like, she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was going to take this long to get. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting in a convertible with my wife in Florida while my friends are freezing their balls off, and I'm fine.
Yourself.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
It was great. So yeah, I mean, Tampa area was a blast, man. We didn't do a lot of like city stuff. Like we didn't really do Tampa per se, although we went there once or twice. And on the last day we drove along the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
We went to the beach a lot. We stayed at our Airbnb had a pool, so we just chilled there. We went.
That looked delightful. There was like this little oasis.
Yeah, and we picked it because of all the palm trees he posted. Like it was between that one and a different one, and the other one was.
Did you have neighbors like right up against the palm trees, or were you kind of secluded actually?
Well, there was a neighbor. It was in a neighborhood, but the backyard was secluded because the owner of the place took very intentional care to plant big tall palm trees as sort of a big barrier. There was a house next door, but we didn't have any issue. Nice. It was lovely all around. Like,
and you flew from Omaha to Tampa?
Yep.
Straight, and you had no problems getting back?
No, because it was like, Snowmageddon here. And
it wasn't.
Well, that was the warning. Like both of our parents, sets of parents.
Yeah. I mean, the weather, whatever, New Year's Eve was like, oh my God, 10 inches, right. It's going to be. And I woke up New Year's Day to nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is bullshit.
But,
so disappointed.
I read the New York Times and they were saying that like Saturday, the day we came back, like 2,500 flights got canceled due to other shit, including weather, but other shit as well.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, I mean, Southwest was like, hey, we know there's going to be some problems. If you want to delay, we'll do it for free. And we're like, we didn't want to get another car and another places. They're like, let's just roll the dice.
Right.
It was a direct flight. Everything was fine. We landed fine. No problem. We actually got in earlier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I assume that since we're sitting here talking that you landed fine.
Yeah. This is not a simulation.
Right.
Well, it is.
So we watched The Matrix with the girls last night, like the original one.
Yeah. What'd they think of that?
20 minutes into it, Francesca was crying.
Oh no.
The scenes where they meet the robots and you see the baby with all the tubes coming out of it.
Yeah.
Broke her.
Yep.
It was too much.
Did you shut it down at that point?
We almost did, but I was like, look, here's the thing. We've seen all the like emotionally like, oh my God stuff.
Yeah.
The fun parts are coming,
Right.
And so we decided, all right, fine, we'll press on. And they both like the scene, the big scene with the helicopter and all that.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah. I'm like, okay, see. And they both said afterwards that like they were glad that we finished it because had we just ended, like you gotta get through the dark to see, to see the light kind of thing.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like it probably wasn't the best parenting decision, but it was like, neither Hall and I've seen it for 20 years,
yeah, dude,
like a long time.
I was thinking about that, like, because when you texted me that you were going to watch that with them, I have a story about the first time I saw that, but I'm like, that was fucking over 20 years ago.
1999, dude, 23.
Holy crap.
Right. I know. So like that, I was like, oh yeah, some of this is going to be kind of intense, but like I think they I don't know. I think a lot of it went over their head, but whatever. I don't know. We thought it'd be, because I know what it was, because my sister-in-law had seen the new one at Christmas time. So we were talking about it and they'd seen the trailers. Like, yeah, let's watch the first one. It'll be fun.
Right.
And like, I kind of forgot about how intense this is. But it held up pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the effects still look really cool, and
Yeah.
the story's great. I still haven't seen like the sequels, the second and third one. I
Oh,
never watched them because
the
I'm like,
second one is super good. The third one I thought was weird, but I haven't watched in a while, so don't
yeah.
hold me to
Well,
that.
everything, I just heard, it's like, well, it's just really just an excuse for them to go shoot more people and have more special effects. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to see that. I don't care.
But if you like the helicopter scene, there's a scene
Yeah.
in the I think it's the second one where they block off, or they may have even constructed like a whole section of an LA freeway, and you can just imagine what happens. I mean, it's like one of the best orchestrated like shoot 'em up scenes on a freeway ever made.
All right. Maybe but it's kind of, I don't like, the thing that got me about the first one was the story and the premise, of the shooting, and the graphics and all that was kind of secondary.
Right.
And I'm like, well, whatever. Anyway, I'd kind of like to see the new one just to see.
But I think you'd have to watch the sequels then.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if I'm going to put that much into it.
I'm at a point where I don't care about any of this shit right now.
Pretty much, yeah. No, we started watching that. We made it about maybe a third of the way into that Don't Look Up movie, which I am loving the shit out of.
Yeah, I really want to I want to watch that too. Matrix. I think the new Matrix movie might happen tonight at the Ager household, but I definitely want to watch that.
Well, let me know what you think.
Okay. I got a story about the first time I saw the first Matrix movie.
Hit me.
So me and my college roommate, Jeremy Went. Jeremy, if you're listening, I love you. Maybe you will remember this differently, but this is what I think happened. He and I were like, we're going to go see this movie, The Matrix, because it looks cool. Right. So, but this was at a time where you didn't have like predetermined seats. Right. So we're like we're leaving Burt Hall at Wesleyan. We're like going to get there early so we can get good seats, popcorn, whatever. So we're leaving a little bit early for the show. And these two guys that lived in the same hall with us kind of roll up. They're like, hey, you guys get in. And we're like, we knew what was going to happen.
Right.
No, they got in with me. They got in with us. They're like, they got in. They had two of the biggest blunts I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
And we partook in those for a half hour, like hotboxed them. And then they're like, drop us off. And we're like, okay. And then we go to see the show. I don't remember it. I think I was either drifting in and out of consciousness or past. I would like come to, and there would be those big robot arms, and then people would be jumping backwards, and then there'd be stopping bullets. And I was like, I did not understand 1 second of that movie. I was so out of my mind.
That's actually kind of an anticlimactic story.
I'm sorry.
Joel got ripped and went in the movie, didn't remember it. That's the too long didn't read of that one.
That was my story, though. That's when everybody says they're seeing The Matrix, the first one, for the first time. I think about that and I remember, I think I just kind of was like, oh yeah, that was great. Oh yeah. Like I tried to play along. Like I got nothing. I don't think I saw
that's what you're supposed to say when everybody's saying, wasn't that amazing? You go, yeah, that was incredible.
That was great. Yeah, it was
great. I love the part with the thing and the explosion and the shooting.
I don't think I saw the movie until like 2 years after that, when I was completely sober. And then we was like, oh, I get why this was so cool and popular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's my big story, Steve.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I guess we'll go back to Florida.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm like, Kirsten and I kept saying a couple of different times, like, are we Florida people? Like,
that's the thing about it, man. It's very seductive.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The people were nice.
Sure.
Well,
why wouldn't you be? It's 80 degrees out and sunny.
Yeah. The bugs are big. The gators are a little scary. We did see those.
Oh, yes, I get. That's so cool. Yeah. See, my parents had a condo in Fort Walton, which is on the Gulf.
Yeah. What? So
like,
like
in the Panhandle.
Oh, okay.
It's like that. There's like the was it Air Force Base at Pensacola, then Fort Walton, Destin, then Panama City heading east. And Panama City is like, spring break. Woo!
Right.
I'm gonna go get ripped and make a series of bad decisions. That's where you do that.
Nice.
Destin is kind of more shishi and higher end, and then Fort Walton's just kind of a mix of all that, kind of family, just kind of, it's nice and kind of chill, and a lot of military around. And my parents had a condo right on the beach in Fort Walton for years.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, really a delightful little place to chill.
Yeah, this area, I mean, the places that we went to, like St. Pete's, was lovely. We didn't even like the whole thing that got us to go down there was because Kirsten sort of Googled like best beaches.
Oh yeah.
And Clearwater came up. And I was really excited to go to Clearwater because there's a huge headquarters for Scientology down there.
You gotta sign up.
Yeah. I was like, let's get a tour.
God.
My brother was joking. He's like, man, don't fly too close to the sun on that. I'm like, yeah, I'd be like, I'd be that guy to be like joking around, like, I signed up for Scientology as a joke. Oops. No,
no.
Well, we didn't even
your name.
Yeah, we didn't even go to Clearwater. Like, I think we maybe drove by it, but everywhere else was, I mean, we kind of stuck to like the state park-esque beaches where like our last beach trip there, like we went to this, God, what was it called?
I don't know. I can look it up on Instagram because I know Kirsten posted about it.
It was
her Insta game was super strong on that trip. Dude, I felt like I was there. It's great.
I don't have to post anything.
Yeah, I know she pretty much got that covered, doesn't she?
Yep. Fort DeSoto.
Yeah, there you go.
So, it's like a state park because there's an old fort there and stuff. But we went on this. Kirsten's like, oh, there's a nature walk. Let's walk on the nature walk. So we did. And the nature walk dumped you off on part of the beach. And it's like this island. It's a total key. It's an island. And we looked to the south, not a human in sight. We looked to the north, not a human in sight. We had like the whole half of this island to ourselves.
Nice.
It was incredible.
That's the dream right there.
Dude, it was great. It's great. So I like Florida. I mean, I don't like 2.5, 3-inch size cockroaches just hanging out in the bathroom, but
you get used to them.
Well, that's what our Airbnb host,
with them.
That's what our Airbnb host was saying. He was like, yeah, they're scary unless you understand them.
Right. You just name them, get snacks for them.
Yeah.
Hey Frank,
charge them rent.
Pretty much. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. So I tried to like sweep it out of the bathroom, but it ran.
Oh yeah, they're faster and smarter.
They're very fast. It ran into a little nook between the cabinet, the like sink cabinet and the wall. And so we just rolled up one of his towels and stuck it in there and texted him like, hey, we are total Nebraskan freaked out by this thing. Like, yeah, this is what we did. Sorry. if you want it gone, you're going to have to take care of it.
You're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. How did you get some time off this week? Did you get to have like a dead?
Yeah, I actually took Thursday off from work and then we had Friday off because of the holiday. So, and I took some intentional, I'm not doing shit time for myself.
Good.
Because that needed to happen because I was burning out pretty hard between house and work. It was just too much, and the holiday. Yeah. And I could feel myself just melting down entirely.
Yeah.
I don't remember what day it was, but I had this moment like at 6 o'clock where I think I'm actually finished. Like just in general, my tank is on 0. I got nothing for anybody.
Yeah.
And I was totally fine with that. Not in a fuck you way, but like I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done until I can recharge somehow. And so that was good. And I took some time to do some extra long sits this weekend, which was really good. That helped a lot. And then today, we went and hit the big box home decor stores.
Oh yeah, filling out the new house.
Yeah. We have so many Bronzeberry. The whole time I was there, all I could think of was David Cross saying Bronzeberry Frost from Shut Up You Fucking Baby.
Oh yeah.
I'll go to Pottery Barn. Get some Bronzeberry Frost throw pillows. But yeah, it was fine. We actually got what we needed to, and nobody cried, and it was great. I mean, those stores are overwhelming, man. Like
nobody cried.
Like you think going to the grocery store can be overwhelming?
Yeah.
Try making major home decor decisions. Where there's like 4,000 options of everything. Like is this shade of yellow good, or should I get the slightly darker shade of yellow? And is it the right texture? And what's going to go with it? And then we have to get the other thing that has to match. And I don't see any of those. So now we have to start all over with the colors. I mean, do you see how that goes?
That's where my color blindness really is an asset.
Sure.
Because I honestly, it's not like a cop out. I'm like, you can show me 8 shades of yellow, but they all look kind of yellowish green to me. I can't tell the difference. So get the one you want,
Right. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If it were up to me, it'd all be grayscale because I know that matches.
That's actually our main color scheme.
Perfect.
Yeah, with flashes of color here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know how now how everything used to be just like beige, like apartments and everything's. Well, now it's. And I gotta thank Erica Hansen for this one. She's like, "Oh, I said everything's kind of gray." She goes, "Like it's actually grayish."
Grayish. Is that gray with a little bit of tint of something in it? Or
yeah,
is it just...
it's you come over, you'll see. You're like, "Oh, that's grayish."
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gray and it's not beige. It's grayish.
I got to come over and check out the spot.
Yeah, you do. And really, I mean, it's designed. I mean, it's theoretically painted, but really, it's more like primed.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna leave it the way it is, but
because it's like an eggshell white kind of the walls.
Well, it's grayish. You'll see.
Oh, that's right. It's grayish.
Yeah, it's not eggshell white. It's grayish because it's more gray than that. So everything. So the point is like everything. It's 50 Shades of Gray. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that was bad. I'm sorry.
Wow,
but that's true.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I know. I'll just go put myself in the GIMP box.
Do you do you have a playroom yet? That's what I want to know.
That's the craft room. Crafting quotes.
Oh my God. Do you guys feeling more settled in though? I'm assuming since you're decorating, it kind of feels like there's been a much unboxing.
Oh my God, dude. I spent an hour doing nothing but breaking down boxes this morning.
Wow.
That's all I did for an hour was broke down boxes, never mind unpacking them. And we're maybe halfway done, maybe.
Wow.
It's nuts. Don't ever move. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's really quite lovely actually. But yeah, it's been a long 2 months.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not like, oh, just move in the weekend. Like, no,
it's never like, even if you're moving from apartment to apartment, it's like,
well, but that's just your lease ends and you move. This is like getting the old house ready to sell.
Yeah.
And getting it all, we didn't exactly stage, but like, you got to clean it a lot,
right.
So that people can come in and envision them maybe living there.
Right.
Right. And so that's where we got the damn roll off, that in itself was a very intense week,
Right.
And then, luckily it sold very quickly. I can't imagine how people like when the market is depressed, where like you have to show your house every week and hope somebody makes an offer. I can't imagine what that process, how much that would suck.
Just like every other week, the sort of ups and downs.
Yeah. And you have to keep the house in show condition. Until it sells.
Right.
You can't, no splatters, no smells, no, it's like the house is in show condition until it sells.
Yeah. Because
at any moment somebody could want to see it and you have to say, okay.
Ugh.
You don't get to say, could you do it tomorrow?
Yeah. You have to be like ready to jam. All right, kids, get in the car. We're going to Target for a while.
Much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the house has to be perfect.
Ugh.
We only had to do that for a day.
Yeah. Oh, that was it.
Yeah. We did it for one day.
That's amazing.
Shit.
And still that was stressful.
Very. That was just it. Like if we had to do that like every weekend or I can't imagine it's obviously people do it, it's not of all of the, life stressors one could have. It's, it's up there. It's not red,
Right.
But it's just, it's just a drag to have your life on display for X amount of time.
God, I don't even like it when people pop in to deliver cookies that I will eat. Like, I don't even want people to be like, ugh. We had a house, like, I think I mentioned a house guest a couple weeks ago, and like, I cleaned the fuck out of this house. Right.
Sure.
And still it's just invading to have somebody around. Like and the last
even
2
if
years,
you're like friendly.
Yeah. But like even, I don't know. It's been the last 2 years, like having people in your personal space is intense. I can't imagine just having that all the time ready for any rando to come in and be like thumb through your closets,
pretty much. Yeah. Looking for water stains or whatever or worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to have, I don't remember what day it was, Friday, maybe Thursday. Maybe it was Thursday. Some appraisers had to come over and look at this house to finalize our mortgage on it.
Mhm.
There was two guys taking pictures of the house, and one of them was like wanting to make small talk. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of my house. Take your pictures. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Like nothing personal, but I don't like this.
I
You
don't
seem like a very nice person. I want you to leave now.
I'm sure you're wonderful.
I
don't
don't
wanna
care.
talk
I want
about
you out of my house.
I don't want to talk about the Huskers season. Get the
Or
fuck out.
whatever. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
I mean, it's just that was like just another one of the hoops you had. That's my point, is there's so many hoops you have to jump through going through this process. It's not just like, oh, I'll take that one and I'll take the keys now and thanks. Like, no, it's a lot more involved than that.
Yeah.
Which it's like, Holly and I were just talking today. It's like, we're kind of amazed that like we're this far,
Yeah.
like we still haven't signed on our mortgage yet.
Really?
We're on a bridge loan.
Oh, that's right.
So that'll hopefully happen like in the next week or two. But like,
because
then that's
everything's
like the final
covered
thing.
until you actually do that, and then you just start paying your mortgage.
Yeah, the bridge loan is like literally you just pay interest.
Oh, I see.
You just pay tons of interest. It's just gap financing basically, because we wouldn't, like, our old house didn't sell. That actually closed after we closed on this house, so we had to have a lot of money to close. This house.
And you prevented having a contingency situation.
Yes, 100%. Yes, that's in this market is invaluable. So it's all worth it. Like, it's like whatever. It's just so it's only money.
It's just money, but that's the thing. If that's true, like it's only money. Oh my God. But also, it's just money.
But there's value in the fact that, and we got what we wanted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It didn't get pulled away from us at the last minute or anything like that. It's like we saw it, wanted it, put it in the things, got it, done.
Yeah.
Which feels pretty good, frankly. It feels
if you can swing it, that peace of mind is
it feels
priceless.
It feels fairly adult like that we did that.
That's so funny you say that, because I think it was the night before we were going to leave, Kirsten and I were talking about just like, what do we do? Should we put off, the flight? Should we get another Airbnb, maybe rent another car, blah, blah, blah. And we were both kind of joking, like the impulse to call our parents to ask for advice was there. And we're like,
right.
Wait, we're the adults here.
Right.
It's like, and funny. Then we were driving. And I'm like, isn't it sometimes kind of weird that like we're adults now?
Yeah. 100%.
We're like a fucking 41, but it's like, still there's this.
I'm going to call my dad and ask him what to do.
Yeah. Didn't we guess we just do this now. Yeah. I don't know.
And that's when you realize that the adults don't know what they're doing either.
No, they never did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's some big shit, dude.
It's cool though. Like, I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool for you guys, man. I'm stoked. I can't wait.
Yeah, you guys, we'll have to have you guys come over as soon as we get a little, as soon as we get settled. So sometime in 2023, probably.
Maybe a couple years from now.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Or, when the weather's a little, when we have double digits on the Fahrenheits, we can do that.
Man. We've been.
I walked outside this morning and it was -6, not wind chill, not feels like, it was -6, but I had to go check on the chickens. And it was like, this is cold. This is cold. And then later I went outside and it was 2 degrees, but the sun was shining on the back porch and it felt great. Everything's relative.
Yeah, that's true. It was a rude awakening though to walk.
Oh yeah.
So last night we got in like, 5:30. And it was, the car was in long-term parking. So I had to go take the shuttle to get the car. Yeah. Luckily they gave me the parking underneath the covering, awning or whatever. That's it. Cause I didn't have a scraper yet in my car.
Oh yeah.
But it was a rude awakening to walk out of that airport when that morning I literally took an outdoor shower in 80-degree weather. And by 5 o'clock, my face was getting burnt to a crisp from cold wind.
Yeah. Why do I live where the air hurts my face? The air hurts my face.
Kirsten and I were saying that today as we were leaving Omaha, because we stayed a night, in Omaha last night. It's like, she's basically said something along those lines, like, why? And I'm like, we're choosing this, man. We just came from a place that is very livable. Like, we're choosing to be here. There's a lot of benefits, but holy shit,
right.
-6 degrees is not fun.
But it's only for a day or two,
I don't know, man.
All I'll say is go back there in August.
Yeah.
Just go back in August. And frankly, what it'll be is a lot more humid than here.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's about the same.
Yeah, you can still get
sweltering, oppressive, stupid heat. And
yeah.
Mm-hmm. When we moved from here to southern Alabama, which is essentially where you guys were within, rock throwing distance.
Right.
The thing that got me was that the towels in our bathroom never got dry.
Yeah.
Humid.
I left my suit out, to dry, quote unquote, dry in the outdoor shower. Yeah. It never dry. It never got dry.
Right. It's just that humid.
That's December. Like,
yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that humidity is real. I don't know if it's a reason to not move there because we deal with it here too. It's not quite as oppressive.
Right.
Whatever.
80 degrees at the end of December is kind of a perk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, I'll guess when you guys move there, we'll come visit.
Dude, I was like, when I went to get the car from the lot, I was just letting my car warm up because it hadn't been, started in a week, and it was hot.
Glad it started.
Yeah, me too. I put a new battery in it before we went on the trip, which I'm grateful for. But I texted her. I was like, I was like, I'm just sitting in the car immediately looking for jobs in Tampa, teaching jobs in Tampa. I mean, I really wasn't, but I'm like, I get it.
But don't you think going through all these seasons builds character?
I'm sure it does, Steven. But don't you think that you could fucking have character? Don't you think you'd be?
No, it's not the same.
You can't have character and live in a nice climate.
I think it's different.
I'm
just justifying. I got nothing.
Yeah. You definitely have to, like, I don't know. I mean, because people are just like down there walking around flip-flops and shorts like all the time. And I'm like, that's just how they live. For me, like walking around in flip-flops and my pink Patagonia baggy shorts, like I was like, every step I took was a step of gratitude. Like I know, I know that people are not living like this where I'm from right now.
Right.
So maybe it does. I don't know.
Well, then I mean, like I got family that lives up in Minnesota, and I mean, even though it's cold here, it's a whole nother level of cold up there.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just what you get used to. You wear the clothes, you buy the face masks, and make sure you got some chapstick on you, and you're good.
Yeah.
It's just all you just got to prepare.
Yeah, I think that we definitely experience the cyclical nature of weather here with the because like Midwest has the extremes of all 4 seasons for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a time of like, being inside.
It's being inside. That's right.
You kind of have to like,
Although I I did a full flex on my neighbors this morning, which is that because being the new, like this street that we live on has been established. Like this house it was like the last house on the street to sell or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And but I got my snowblower out and I did like 4 of my neighbors' sidewalks today.
Oh, Steve. Big swinging nuts.
Pretty much.
I'm the servant for you all.
Pretty much. I always did that at the old house.
That's
like,
really
because like if I get it out, it's like and it's running. It's like it takes another minute.
Right.
So I just run down the block and run back and do it the other. It really took me 10 minutes maybe to do all the.
I need to get a snowblower,
dude. Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
16 years ago, I spent $600 on a Toro 2-cycle snowblower thing.
Yeah.
Best money I've ever spent.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go get one tomorrow.
Although I saw now that Snow Joe company, they have some electric ones.
Mm-hmm.
that look, I saw a lady using one today. I'm like, that looks pretty dope because the 2-stroke engines, they're polluting nightmares and they stink,
Right.
but it's powerful. And I'll tell you this much. I actually spent a couple $100 getting it rehabbed a little bit, like a tune up, put new stuff on it, new scraper, new paddles, new bulbs, carburetor, the whole shit. So I put in 16 years, maybe $900 into this thing total. And it's never failed me. And it's one of those things you never, ever use it except for the days that you really need it to start.
Right. Right.
And it's always started and it's always been amazing.
Yeah.
It beats the shit out of shoveling, like so bad.
It's
and
dumb that I don't have it. Cause we got home today. Oh yeah. There's a whole other funny story about coming home, but I looked at Kirsten. I'm like, I don't want to shovel that. She's like, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Right. I'm just not doing it. Maybe it'll warm up enough.
Well, on Monday, it's gonna melt. So it's I didn't even need to do it today,
But last year when we got pummeled like that 48-hour period, it just kept pummeling us. I'm like, I was out there.
Yeah, sucks.
Shoveling away.
Now I get a snowblower, dude. Get one of those Snow Joe ones.
Snow Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Today's episode is sponsored by Snow Joe.
Right. For what you have for driveway and sidewalk, that'd be plenty.
I don't even have a sidewalk. I just have a driveway and a little pathway to my. Yeah,
get the Snow Joe thing. They can't cost that much. Whatever. We love Snow Joe here. They're trying to be better.
Podcast. I will post a photo of the Snow Joe snowblower I buy tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got home. Speaking of this is the white privileged neighborly 100%. Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Big time.
So I got home. I got home today and my garage door was wide open.
That's so funny, man. I cracked up when I saw it. Like, oh my God.
For fuck. And I had the gut instinct, like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I didn't say anything to Kirsten. I'm like, because Kirsten, before we left for the airport, had to run in and grab something. And I was like, and so 2 days later, I'm like, did I shut the garage door? I wonder if I shut the, and I don't know. And then I said something to her the day before we left. And I was like, I don't know if I shut this. She's like, you always remember to do that. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I did. Come rolling up to the house wide open. And I'm like, I half expected my bike to be gone. I'm like, well, there went my bike.
Right.
There went my bike.
So here's the thing at the new house. Our garage openers are Wi-Fi enabled and cloud enabled. So like for example, tomorrow Goodwill is going to come and pick up a bunch of stuff. They'll only pick it up from the driveway or the garage.
Yeah.
So they will call me to say, hey, we're on our way, and I can just open the garage door from my phone.
Yeah, I probably could put one in that does a smart.
You can. Yeah, they're it costs $10 more anymore. But it's all, as I'm setting this up, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
Which is just giving now, along with Amazon, we'll know the status of my garage doors, because since we're Amazon Prime subscribers, you can also link those accounts so that when you get a Prime delivery, your garage door will go up and they'll set it inside your garage for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, so there's that. So not like Amazon, it doesn't have all our information anyway. But also now the Chamberlain company who makes this thing now has location awareness, and they can sell all that data. And I'm like, as I'm setting that up, I'm like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter,
Yeah. Have it.
Pretty much.
Because when next time you're on vacation and you haven't shut it, you don't have to call one of your neighbors,
right,
who you're not sure if you 100% trust.
Here's the other thing. This is so messed up, but it's if I don't have to talk to him, great.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right.
So much for we had that at our old neighborhood. It's we had on our block. This is how much things have changed. I don't know what your situation was growing up. I do a little bit, but when I was growing up in our neighborhood, there were 30 kids all within the same 5-year age range, and we all just ran around all the time.
Yeah, we had a little of that in Columbus for sure. Yeah,
Yep. But on this the street, we just moved from there were families with kids, but none of us went to the same schools. A couple of them were homeschooled,
right?
And we never. I talked to a couple of my neighbors a little bit on a hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Notice you got a new car. How's that working out for you? Kind of level,
Right.
But there was nobody that we established relationships with.
Right.
There was one guy, my immediate neighbor, Sam. Sam moved to Omaha a few years ago, but even that was, flipping each other's shit about the state of our yards kind of thing,
Right.
It wasn't intimate or close on any level.
Right.
Because we just never felt the need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't.
We have our social circles and we have our close friends, and they exist on Zoom.
Exactly. Or on social media. But I mean, like,
then, maybe.
Even then. But I know my neighbors to the north a little bit because his tree fell on my car a couple of years ago.
Yeah. See, there you go.
So that we exchanged numbers that way. Sure. I know my neighbor to the south. I met him. He's got some dope classic cars in his garage, but he brings tomatoes to us every summer.
Oh, see, that's nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like we don't really know our neighbors either. It's weird, but I do have my neighbor's phone number.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have, but nothing happened. Like that's the thing.
Right.
Like my bike was there. Kirsten's bike was there. All of my vintage toys that I'm going through in my garage are still there.
What are you going to do with those?
I don't know, man. I was gonna go through them and price them all, but I think I might turn them over to Adam at Toys from the Past. And
that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah,
because I made the mistake of going to the mall right before Christmas.
Oh yeah,
and the highlight of that was going into the Toys from the Past. The rest of it can just die.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it can just die.
And it will die. It is dying.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just pull the plug on this. Turn it into condos or whatever.
Yeah, the writing on the wall was when Sbarro pulled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sbarro's gone. This place is going to shit.
Yeah, this place is dead anyway, man. Oh, did I sent you guys the picture of the sex toys in Spencer's?
I didn't get any sex toy pictures, did I?
You weren't paying attention then. Yeah, dude, Spencer Gifts sells full-on sex toys now, like in the back.
Well, I mean, they
I'm
kind of
like
vibrators and fleshlights and all of it.
Yeah, bondage ropes, the whole thing.
Oh, swings.
Yeah. No, I didn't see any swings.
Oh, okay. Well, but
I have to admit, because I'm at the mall. The law says as a, as an indie person, that's where and Hot Topic, which is just pathetic. I'm like, I really feel bad for kids that think that Hot Topic is like edgy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because dude, I'm sorry, but you're still at the mall.
Yeah, you're still at the mall.
Full stop. Anyway, so, but I, when Spencer skipped to look at the kitschy mugs and whatever, and then I go to the back and I'm like, I don't remember that being there last time.
I feel like back in the day, you'd go to the back of Spencer's and you'd see suggestive stuff. Like you'd see maybe some lube or maybe some
teddies, lingerie, maybe,
but nothing,
or like a red light bulb,
but not like a 3-foot fisted dildo or something.
It wasn't that extreme, but like there was a full assortment of things that you could, Anyway, that was definitely an eye opener. Like, I think that's a sign that times have changed.
Things are changing. Hey, man, it's wide open these days, man.
I guess so. Well, it's like, it's so funny. Like you get like, think of what it would be like to be like a teenager today. Like, what do you got to look forward to?
Well, also. What do you have to look forward to?
Or more specifically, like, what would you have faith in?
What would you have faith in? And or like, what's mysterious now?
Oh, nothing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, that's probably about even a more important thing.
What can you not see?
Yeah, there's no mystery anymore. Yeah,
there's no mystery.
Yeah,
everything is everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless your parents have safe search turned on or something, it's like.
But even then, I mean, like the temptation to try to seek that out.
Yeah,
I don't know if that freaks you out having kids, but I'm like, I mean, there's no like, there's my friend who has an older brother who has a stash. Like,
right? Yeah.
No, it's all out there.
Well, and even, Marin always talks about, you got to have the older brother,
right.
To turn you on. Turn you on to like cool music and stuff like that.
Right.
And like, even that's like, it's all, you can listen to anything right away, right now without, you still kind of have to get, curated a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The older brother is the algorithm.
Yes.
You know, like you
Right.
listen to two things and Spotify just sort of handpicks the, gives you the creative records that it wants you to listen
Right.
to.
Yeah. Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
That's funny and kind of sad.
Exactly. Because it's like, meh, if the first 5 seconds of the song you don't like, you just skip. Like,
right. Yeah.
You don't have to spend time with the music, really.
No, you
I'm
don't.
sure there's some kids that might.
Well, and I kind of alluded to that. Well, that was my opening salvo with the always chilling dude. Just like I like things that I've been trained to not do that.
Right.
Unless it's obviously, a pop song. Like I know how this is going to go.
Right.
But if it's something that's not obviously that,
right.
Give it a minute.
Give it a minute
or two, maybe even.
Right.
Yeah. And see where it goes.
Speaking of giving it a minute, my mom's boyfriend, partner, pal, life partner, person, Ken, gave me his old turntable.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's like it's got it right here. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a nice piece. I'm excited about putting that together.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
I need to get some new speakers.
I do too. Mm-hmm. Well, he gave me this really nice Yamaha amp, and this really nice huge sub. So I'm like, I have a few pieces to like construct a better stereo.
Right.
I need to actually follow through with that.
I have a very nice JBL sub that I've had for 20 years, but it has a problem now. Like the automatic on off thing is old and it kind of cycles itself on and off and makes a lot of noise when it's doing it because it's like a 400 watt sub. So it creates kind of a ruckus for no reason. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But I just need some floor standing speakers because I have this nice little, it's a very basic Onkyo 2-channel amplifier. It's all it is. But it's got very low distortion and it's pretty powerful and it's very basic, but it's got the good innards on it.
Yeah.
And I need because my speakers, they're just these like $100 Pioneer speakers and they suck.
Yeah.
I need to upgrade those a little bit.
I want to step my game up. I've got these two pieces that just kind of, my stereo is on these old Technics, cabinet speakers that still sound pretty good, but I want to do something with my whole, entertainment situation down there. Yeah. So maybe I'll get around to that before the summer. I don't know.
Maybe. We have to start figuring out the plan for our basement.
Oh yeah. Are you going to do like a entertainment super
center?
Yeah,
there'll be like I'm not going to spend a ton of money on it. I don't feel like that's something I need to do right now. Right. But nice speaker bar and whatever. I got a 70-inch TV for down there.
Oh, you did? 70 inches.
65 upstairs, 70 downstairs.
Damn, dude.
4K. That 4K is weird.
It's too real, huh?
It takes a lot of where it's like it looks weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't can you make it look a little shitty so I'm used to it?
Seriously, yeah. And they're already coming out with 8K TVs and Holly's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, what would that?
Yeah, the 4K is it's almost kind of like you've ever watched Chuck. Did you ever watch Chuck back in the day? It's probably 10 years old,
no, I didn't. I fully
whatever. It's a cute show. It's great.
Sure.
But it's like the 4K is almost like it makes it's too real. You can almost see it's depending on how you look at it, it's like you're standing on set.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's so clear and so it's almost like
I think that
good?
There's certain like Kirsten and I watch a lot of nature documentaries just to sort of chill out. That would be amazing for that.
Yes.
But like if I'm watching like The Matrix or something, I want it to have a little screen blur.
See, that was the thing. Like I could tell. Like the effects did stand up. I said that, but like with the cocoon scenes, it was very obvious that it was like a set.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was very obvious that. I don't know. It was a movie prop.
Right.
It was well done, but it was very obvious that it was a movie prop.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
Because the definition of shit when that movie was made was not as good as it is now.
I don't know if that movie was shot on film. I don't know. All I know is that when you come over, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I bought it on Amazon just for another $4 or whatever.
Right.
I'll show you because you'll be like, oh, that's what you're saying.
I just had a moment where I'm like, we talked about Florida. We talked about the weather.
Yeah.
We talked about snowblowers, garage doors,
TVs,
stereo equipment.
This is like the most boring podcast ever.
The housing market.
Right. Two middle-aged white guys.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know, man. Maybe should we just go kill ourselves now and get it over
I
with?
mean, no, not yet. Not yet. I got to enjoy all my toys before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, our 17-year-old selves hate us right now.
Shut up, old man.
Pretty much.
You don't understand.
But can I listen to some of your records?
Right.
Yeah.
And can I borrow $20?
Right. Right. Pretty much. Yeah. No, because I got to go buy some Bronzeberry Frost throw pillows.
I did have a moment. I'm riding around in this Mazda Miata Roadster convertible, just like on the, checking out the palm trees. I'm like, there's a time in my life where I would have definitely rolled my eyes at that guy.
Really?
Yeah. Like
because of how much you were enjoying it.
Well, just like who's that? Who's that guy with the man bun?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Listening to old school rap. Like what? I was, bumping the Jurassic 5. Like, who the fuck is that guy? But now I'm like, man, I don't care. I'm that guy. Care. I'm that guy.
Yeah. Owning it. Yeah. Owning it.
Yeah. I took some I had Kirsten like, hey, take a sunset photo with me in the car.
Yeah. I saw that. That's a great picture. That's a great picture.
Dude. Yeah.
It almost looked like from like Grand Theft Auto or something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just me driving in the convertible and giving zero fucks.
Give zero fucks. It's great.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Own your middle-aged success.
You know what, Steve? I'm going to own that.
I think that's the thing. It's like we've both worked our asses off.
Yeah.
We little late start perhaps, but
sure.
Like why I'm enjoying it. I've decided to just enjoy it. And it's not like I'm not grateful.
Sure.
I haven't forgotten where I came from, but
or not generous with, I was talking to Kirsten about this recently, like the view of like money versus resources. Like if you just think of it as money, I immediately get scared.
Yeah.
When I say resources is like, oh, that's a thing that flows to me and from me to others.
Yep.
That's all that shit.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll enjoy my resources to rent a fucking. I like legit
because I saw Kirsten before I saw you in Florida because you were running late to a meeting or something. And I'm like, so she's like, oh, you got to see this car. I'm like, did you go full Testarossa? Did you go Ferrari? She's like, no, not quite.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I kept it reasonable. It was a Mazda.
Yeah. You didn't get a Ferrari or a Lambo.
I looked it up. It's about a $32,000 car. That's nothing. Turo, though, thank you for sponsoring us, Turo.
Right.
Like the first cars that pop up are a Testarossa. I mean, you can rent, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, all that shit on there. That was not for me.
Yeah. I
couldn't have handled that, I don't think.
Well, have we done it? Did we do it? What did we accomplish here today?
Well, it's two privileged dudes just catching up before, like enjoy your life.
I feel like we didn't complain enough or something. I don't know.
No, man, there's plenty of those episodes out there.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
We're entitled to just enjoy ourselves periodically.
Yeah, and if I get an email tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. from the president of my university saying I've got to teach online for the first 3 weeks, next week will be a bitch fest.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that. That'll be great.
Yeah, because dude.
Yeah, we had an interesting went out New Year's Eve for a little bit with some couples. We didn't go out, we went to somebody's house, but it was delightful. It was very nice. We almost didn't, kind of one of those things like, I don't know. We're like, let's go, whatever. And let's see, we had 2 nurses and a teacher and me, so the talk obviously came around to COVID and Omicron or Omicron, however the hell you say it. And we decided that basically, like with the lifting of the mask mandates and all that, that it's come down to the government has decided that everybody's just going to get it now.
Yeah.
And when that happens, because they shorten the quarantine time.
Yeah.
It's because we still need people to work.
Yeah.
So we're just going to shorten the quarantine time. It's just like everybody's just throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
Like everybody's going to get this. This is the new, we're just going to deal with it. Like we're not going to stop it because people won't fucking get vaccinated and wear a mask. So,
might as well keep the economy rolling. And
pretty much
that's, that was the most upsetting thing I think about that though, is that there was no hiding the fact of the point of those regulations being rolled back. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care who's in the White House. It was still a fucking,
yeah.
I still think it's short-sighted and shitty, but
right.
What are you going to do?
Well, and I would like to know what the conversation was with our mayor that changed that.
Dude, super weird.
It's a 180, and what was decided was but the more people are vaccinated and the vaccines are available, whether people get them or not. But then there's also the thing with the Omicron or this latest one is that like, if you're not boosted, you might as well not be vaccinated.
Yeah.
You have to get boosted.
Yep.
And whatever it feels like somebody made our mayor an offer she couldn't refuse.
Yeah. And I love Lyrian. Like. I love her.
Me too.
But it was very strange that she kind of at that moment,
as the numbers are peaking and starting to go way up, like, we're gonna take that away. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And somebody made a good point. New Year's, it's like, look, the people that are going to wear masks are going to wear masks. Mm-hmm. The people that aren't.
Mm-hmm.
That's been proven. If the last year has shown anything, people that aren't going to wear masks aren't going to wear masks.
I wonder if there was data on that just said, this is the deal. The people that aren't going to do it.
I see it every day. I don't need data.
Right.
I saw it today at all the home stores.
Yeah.
There were people wearing masks. There were people not wearing masks.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Like at this point, if you're that obstinate and care so little about your fellow man, a directive isn't going to change that.
Yeah. Yeah. So. And so the shitty thing is that the people that are not doing anything to prevent this are the same people that in 2 years, when we're still in this mess, are still going to be bitching about it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
What?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's like a almost just by definition now.
Yeah. That's a foregone conclusion.
The people that are causing the problem are going to be the ones bitching about the solution,
which I, unfortunately identify with.
100%. 100%.
I create my own problems all the time and then blame the world around me.
Get on YouTube and watch, search for Republican or not.
Republican or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it as soon as we get off of here.
Love it.
It's not what we did. And I was like, oh, that was really good. It's probably the best thing I've seen on SNL in years.
Oh, okay.
It's great. Republican or not. Saturday Night Live. Yeah, it's great. 5 minutes well spent.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Well, nice to see you. I'm glad you made it back.
I'm glad I made it back too, man. This is like, that was a wild time, but I'm glad we're here and back to work, I guess.
Yeah. That's
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Word.
Or not. Maybe I'll be teaching from this fucking microphone again for a while. I don't know. I highly doubt that happens, but we'll see.
Wear a mask.
Yeah. Wear a mask. Get boosted, everybody.
Right.
Do it. Get the fuck. Anybody who is listening to us that has not done that, fucking do that. Just
please,
do it.
For the love
please
of
do it.
Yourself and other people. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for others.
Yeah. There you go.
And if you don't believe any of this is real, then whatever.
Go fuck yourself.
Pretty much. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day or don't. I don't care. God. And on that note.
Yeah. Thank you, Turo, for sponsoring us. Thank you, Snowblower Joe's. What is it called?
Snow Joe.
Snow Joe's for the free battery-powered snowblower. And go to Trader Joe's, everybody.
Totally.
All right.
Later.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Sometimes we live no particular way, but I'm wrong. Sometimes we visit your country and live in your home. Sometimes we ride on your horses. Sometimes we walk alone. Some songs that we hear are just songs of our own. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Mars has its beaches, Tomland and thorns of its own. They now discover that you are the song that the morning brings. One has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own.
Don't forget, toot your hooter.